Hey there, fellow marketers. Professor Wolters here, and today we're here in Prague. And today we're going to talk about is a SWOT analysis. If you're not sure what a SWOT analysis is, it's a situational analysis. You're like taking a snapshot of a company or an organization at a specific period of time and analyzing what do they do well internally, their strengths, right? You want to see what we do well, but also you want to see where we have our weaknesses at the SW part. And then we look outside our company. We look at the opportunities, what it's out there for us to grab, and we're looking at the threats that we need to prepare ourselves for, okay? And the thing is, this is a tool that a lot of companies use. I use it with my clients as well, just to get a start to see like, look, what are we doing right? What are we doing wrong? What's out there for us? And the thing is when you look at those strengths, you're looking at the capabilities. What do we do well? McDonald's, what does McDonald's do well? The standardization of their food. No matter where you go in the world, you know what that Big Mac's gonna be. The Happy Meal, yes, you're making kids happy and giving them those toys. We're giving them those kind of strengths, right? But also McDonald's has weaknesses, they're not really known for the healthiest food options, right? And sometimes, like in the US, the bathrooms aren't always the cleanest. And so you have these things internal that we can do we can get people to clean the bathrooms. We can come up with healthier choices for McDonald's. You do have those things, okay? And then you look outside. Are there any opportunities out there that we're missing? So now there's all this talk of the non-meat burger. So maybe McDonald's could look for, maybe we do a partnership and have that non-meat burger thing coming out. But also they have to look at the threats that are out there for them. Like people are upset with childhood obesity. What can we do to help kind of fight off childhood obesity or fight off the threat of childhood obesity or the perception that we're making all the kids in the world fat when, parents decide what the kids eat, but, we won't go there for those things. So you got to be careful. Okay. So the thing is though, you don't just list your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, because that's like a person complaining, oh, the kids today, all they do is play Fortnite and do skateboarding, but you're not giving them other options. So when you have your strengths, you want to put down, how do I make that strength stronger? Think about McDonald's. They had the Happy Meal. When I was a kid, the Happy Meal toy, you were lucky if it survived until after dinner. Now, my kids, their McDonald's Happy Meal toys, they play with them in the bathtub years later. They really hold up, and they're working with the superheroes and anything that's cool and new movies. That's really great. They've actually made that strength stronger, okay? Now, your weaknesses, obviously, if you see you have weaknesses, you should have some strategies in order to improve those weaknesses, okay? So what do we do? Our weakness of not a lot of healthy choices, well, what can we do to change that? Oh, we'll make some egg white omelets, low-fat cheese, maybe we make a wrap or something like that to help us get, some healthier food options, And you'll see that in the McDonald's commercials for the Happy Meal, they always show the kids drinking milk and eating the apples, okay? Because they're trying to show, look, we're not that unhealthy. We have other options out there, okay? Now, the opportunities that you list, okay, what are the opportunities that are out there? But you also got to come up with a strategy. How do I take advantage of that opportunity? It's not just saying that would be cool, it's how do I make it happen, okay? And the threats part, that's one of the things where you kind of really got to think, what are the bad things that could happen? What do I need to prepare for? You have your contingency plans and things like that. What happens if they say you can't give away free toys? What if they say you can't have a kid's meal that's over 500 calories? What do we need to do to kind of fight that off? Or what do we need to do to prepare for that? And that's the thing. You use this analysis to give you the ideas, those lists, but you don't just make that list. You figure out how to get better, how to improve, how to take advantage of things and all this kind of stuff. Because otherwise, all you're doing is just being a complainer and just listing issues, okay? Now, one issue I do see when I work with clients with the SWOT analysis is it's easy for people to talk about their strengths, all those things they do really well and some of the opportunities out there, but most people don't want to talk about the weaknesses, because I talk about the weaknesses, then people see how bad we are. But you know what? You have to admit that. Look, the audio in my old videos wasn't good. My editing isn't good. What do I need to do to fix that? Well, one thing I might do with my audio, now I've got the microphones and stuff like that. I come where there's less wind and I start to film earlier in the morning so that there's not a lot of other sounds. I'm doing those things, okay? So you try to figure those things out, but you have to admit to yourself, what are we doing wrong? And that's really hard to do sometimes. So make sure you really focus on that. And if you're in a group talking about it, don't be not supportive. Like, be supportive for people to talk so you get more information out there. So I hope this helps you know a bit about what a SWOT analysis is. If you want to learn more about marketing, hit that subscribe button. Here at Professor Wolters, we put out marketing videos, strategy videos, YouTube videos for like how to be a YouTuber. And we do appreciate all your support. So do hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, give us that like, and you have a good time wherever you are in the world. world, if you're here in Prague or somewhere else, you're studying for exam, good luck. If you're working on a little project for your company, good luck as well. Bye from Prague.